Hello, and you're very welcome along to another edition of the JMac podcast. I'm John Mann. Of course, the podcast is brought to you by orgarich.com. Use the code JMac podcast. So get yourself organised on orgaretro.com. And tonight I'm joined by well-renowned GAA goalkeeping coach Liam Swift to talk about his journey in goalkeeping coaching, his courses coming up in the not-so-distant future, and a bit of crack and bother for the next while. So, Liam, how are you?
All good, John. All good, John. Looking forward to our chat.
Yeah, happy days, happy days. How are you? I suppose it's only the start of the week really at this stage, so we're getting through. But no doubt you're busy.
Suppose with me only just finished with Cavan there on Saturday. Unfortunately, yes, now the club season kicks in and the phone starts ringing and people start looking for me to come in and do club sessions, etc. So I'm expecting a busy summer.
Yeah, lots to take on board, no doubt. And I suppose obviously you're after kind of saying you were involved with the Cavan senior footballers, and obviously Cavan were knocked out on Saturday in the All Ireland series against a very, very good Roscommon team. And as we said, did you enjoy your year with Cavan, lads?
Yes, absolutely, really enjoyed it. Supposed to be second or third inter-county job. So once look, I would have done a few goalkeeping academies with Raymond previous to this, so obviously we would have known each other. But once Raymond rang me, there was no hesitation. It was yes, count me in, and it's actually good because I had three great keepers to work with. Setup was top class from Raymond the whole way down. Loved the journey with them. I know it probably wasn't the season that we wanted it to be, but really good journey. And look, there's big things that come out of Cavan.
Yeah, I suppose obviously Liam, obviously we and you were kind of talking last night about the preparation that goes into like a match day and training and everything, and it can obviously with the way the game has kind of gone at the minute, but so the professionalism goes into it, the time, the preparation, phone calls, WhatsApp messages, so on and so forth. And as we did say last night, it's not about just turning up on match day. Unfortunately, it's like the time and everything that goes into it. Liam probably has gone off the Richter scale really very much so in the last while.
Yeah, definitely. Even if just to give you a brief on, just a short brief on what my week would entail. Probably Monday would entail probably looking at analysis of who we're actually playing, etc. Come Wednesday would be the main session with the goalkeepers, doing our walk-ons that we need to work on. Just getting the basics in, keeping the boys sharp. And sort of executing any kick-out strategies that we have that the keepers are well fit to take them kick-outs, take them off. Friday, if the game's on a Sunday, we'd probably train on the Friday, and it's to be light enough sort of top-up session with the goalkeepers. Then look at game day as game day. Game would probably good chat with the keepers obviously before the game, know their instructions, what's expected of them, etc. And then look at when the game's over, we'll have a short chat. We don't get into too much straight after the game. We'll head home, get our heads around what happened, win, lose, draw, whatever it is. And then Monday, myself and the three goalkeepers will sit down and do a Zoom over there, and we'll watch the game back. And look, it's not saying that I'm the king of the castle and this you do as I say and whatever it is. It's the goalkeepers union. It's a tightly knit, weak community that we have, the four of us, and we talk to the game, good points, bad points, places for improvement, etc. And then that works back in again to Wednesday, where I have a walk-ons from the previous game at the weekend.
Yeah, no, obviously, it's like anything else in life, Liam. I suppose the time and effort that does go into it, you really do have to kind of be enjoying what you're doing. You really have to love what you're doing. And obviously, we see so many kind of coaches and managers in the game at the minute, and it really kind of has gone up tenfold in that regard. So it's like you do have to love it.
Oh, look, it's a passion of mine, John. Look, I'm nearly, to be honest with you, I'm actually nearly full time at this. Yes, I do have a day job, but it's only I do a bit of PE coaching, 2 or 3 days a week. But it's the goalkeeping that I love, and it's my passion, and it keeps. I just get the serious buzz out from the first day I started to now. It's brilliant. I just love it.
Absolutely. I suppose, Liam, your coaching journey, suppose how it all started and how it all kind of began for you. And I suppose it's like anything in life, where did this kind of interest come from you? And I suppose if you want to kind of speak about your own journey yourself.
Yeah. I'm trying to think where's the best place to start with it. Look at when it was look at back in my school days. I remember one of the boys saying me, look at Liam, you go in the goals. Normally, look at it's the one that's not that good outfield. You know what I mean? In you go, and lo and behold, after a couple of times in it, they were saying we just Liam, great save, and I just took a thing to the goalkeeper, and it just went on from there. The only pity with me, and probably people that know me, is that I'm not the tallest man in the country. Probably 5'6", whatever it was, is, you know what I mean? So unfortunately I didn't grow, you know what I mean? Which was, and I remember very sort of, I'm not going to mention his name, but a sort of famous soccer manager in Monaghan said to me one time, he says, Liam, unfortunately, you're too small and you're not going to make it. And that's when it was about 15, and 2 years after that, I made my debut for Monaghan Minors.
Yeah, sure. There you go.
So I knuckled down and I just said, look, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you say, I'm going to do this. So,
Yeah.
yes, look, went and played for Monaghan Minors. It's the only time Monaghan Minors didn't play in the Ulster Championship because of the leaving cert.
Okay.
Way back in 89/90, the only Monaghan team never to play in the Ulster Championship. And what a team we had at that time.
Okay.
What a team.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I sort of made the decision to join the Irish Army. So I did.
Right, there you go. Okay.
So when I joined the army, that sort of curtailed a lot of my football, because obviously I was away from home a lot of time. Yes, I was stationed still in Monaghan, but trying to commit to football full time was very, very hard. So I dipped in and out of it, back and forth, and I was actually living in Clontibbert at the time, and I was sitting watching telly one day, and I got a knock on the front door, and it was one of the Clontibbert club men, and he said, Liam, you'd hardly come down and do a wee bit of work with one of the under 14 goalkeepers. And I goes, oh my God, what am I going to do here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And this has come back just nearly 20 years ago. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I said, right, Kieran, when do you want me? He said, Liam, I'll see you in half an hour. And I go,
Oh,
right.
Jesus
You know what I mean?
Christ.
So
a lot of time to prepare. A lot of time to prepare.
a lot of time to prepare. So it was, the thoughts and right, go through this, through that. So look, I went down and look, I got through the session, and I goes, God, Liam, I like this. I want to do something about it. Do you know what I mean? So, but I got chatting to Martin Corey.
Yeah, top man.
Top
Top
man.
man.
Yeah, he's in there with Monaghan at the minute. Somebody I've great time for. And Marty brought me into the Monaghan development squads. So we did, because there was no such thing as goalkeeping coaches back then.
Yeah.
And then to get into the development squads, and Eamon O'Hara was the coaching coordinator at the time, and
Right.
he was fully behind it. So started off in doing that, and then obviously with me being in the army, I was asked would I be the goalkeeping coach for the Defence Forces soccer team.
Jesus
right?
Christ. Okay. Yeah.
So you're going from one of the development squads to actually daily coaching for your country. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I said I would, but I said, look, before I even go and do this any further, I need to get a bit of qualification behind me. So I went and done the IFA goalkeeping course obviously up here.
Okay.
Done the first one, it was only a couple of days, and then we done the goalkeeping diploma.
Yeah.
Which is very good. I'm a stickler for the fundamentals, so when I went and done these courses, it sort of learned me how to spot it and fix issues with goalkeepers, which I found fascinating, the way you can watch it back, show the goalkeepers what they may be doing wrong, and a solution to fix it. So it went down that route with them, and then I went down and I done the FEI courses down south. Up until I done up as far as C license with the FEI. Didn't go any further with it because it goes into the soccer end of things, where they have it goes into the tactics part of soccer, which wasn't going to benefit me, because especially at that stage. But I got enough out of it to help me along with it. That obviously I jumped into the Defence Forces doing the coaching for their soccer team for a wee while. And then the Gaelic really just kicked off from there. Went into Monaghan in the Monaghan Minors at the start. They went in with Monaghan Ladies with Greg McGonigal.
Yeah.
Get into All Ireland with him. Sorry.
Just one for you, Liam. There, the challenges of getting to be a qualified coach within the GAA, seeing as there's all kind of qualifications. I suppose that did have to surely be tricky for you.
What do you mean? Hasn't there not been a GAA qualification or?
Yeah, like the challenges facing that, I suppose, regarding that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I felt, well, for me personally, I didn't want to go into this coaching journey without having a qualification behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you could be a great coach without qualifications, etc. But I found that it really, really benefited me.
Mm-hmm.
That if I'm going to do something, yes, there's a qualification behind me, but look, at the end of the day, it's only a bit of paper, but it learned me how to coach properly.
Yeah.
And then obviously the bits and pieces I've added on to myself for that,
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. I suppose you're saying about the kind of the teams and kind of county setups you got involved in as well before.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was at Greg McGonigal with Modern Ladies for a couple of years, and then Greg made the decision to go to Dublin Ladies, so I dived in there with Dublin Ladies for a couple of years, so I did.
Yeah.
And then it was home one day, and the phone rang, and it was Pete McGrath.
Oh, nice one.
The legend that is Pete McGrath, and
Yeah.
Pete asked me to meet him, and I met him, and I took the job of coaching Fermanagh Seniors that time. That was the time that you remember Sean Quigley pushed
the goal.
Over the line. Pushed
the goal.
Over the line. Yes, the famous goal. I was there for 2 years for that.
Okay. Did you tell him what to do to Cluxton?
I did. You wouldn't have Sean Quigley to do that. You know what I mean? Sean's his own man. He does his own thing. You know what I mean? What a talent of a footballer, though. What a talent of a footballer.
Would you think, just on a side note, do you think we'll ever, I think I actually discussed this on the pod last night with Kevin Kennedy, and obviously that pod's out on Patreon and Spotify. Do you feel we'll see Sean Quigley back in the Fermanagh jersey ever?
Somebody I was actually listening to, it was the back door I was listening to the other day. And maybe I'm not sure what podcast I was listening to, but somebody said that he's getting an operation or something done, might get him out. He might be back for the championship from Rossleigh or whatever. But I would love to see him back.
I'd love
to see him back.
Yeah.
Because when I was with Latham and they played a challenge game against Fermanagh, I wouldn't seen Sean in a couple of years. And even just to watch him at that level still again, the skill level and his awareness is unmatched.
Yeah. No, he's a miracle talent, and I suppose that probably coincides. Maybe I know he did the podcast with Oisin McConville and Thomas Niblock there last year, and he's kind of saying, I know maybe me and you can kind of touch on to this in a few minutes, but maybe the way the game's gone, and as I keep quoting Brian Sheehan, but the piece done with Artie, where we probably are kind of training maybe athletes and not footballers at the minute, and Sean Quigley's, I suppose, silk at the minute is probably not suiting himself and Fermanagh at the minute.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I'd love to see him back. Love to.
Yeah. Top man. And Pete McGrath makes the phone call. What does Liam Swift say back to him?
Liam Swift says, "We'll have a chat, Pete. We'll sit down." I actually wanted to meet him face to face. And we met in Enniskillen, and we had the chat, and he sort of said, "Liam, this is what I'm looking for. Can you provide it?" And I said, "Look at yes, no problem." And I said, "Look at Pete, this is what I'm looking for. Can you provide it? Hasn't the correct training environment, etc." But I knew Pete was going to deliver that anyway. So in it went. Loved it. Man, a great county. Great again, another great setup. Pete, very hands-on manager. But the thing I like to be Pete let me go and do my goalkeeping. He didn't interfere with me. Liam, you go and do your thing. He didn't, we didn't come down and say, Liam, I want you to work on this, I want you to work on that. He's Liam, you walk away. Obviously gives me the kickouts we needed to work on. Again, look, I had two great goalkeepers like Chris Snow and Tom Tracy at the time. Two great fellas to strike a dead ball was unbelievable. So yeah, that was a great journey I had with them.
And that kind of got you properly involved with a kind of a senior kind of setup, and obviously Fermanagh, Fermanagh were very good in them 2 years. And I do remember that journey up to Croke Park for them in 2015. Obviously, coming up against the Dublin, obviously the Dublin machine that we all know about, but that definitely was a very enjoyable season and summer for the Fermanagh lads in 2015.
Yeah, brilliant, great. Like I remember there was common game.
Yeah.
6 points down and come back and I'm one by the point. It was actually in Brewster, so it was.
Oh, Brewster, apologies. The Westmeath game was.
They went and played Westmeath then, and then obviously beat Westmeath and went and played Dublin. Yeah, but that game was common. I have a photograph. I think it's up in here somewhere. Yeah, I'm actually looking at it. Me and Brian Tracy and Pete McGrath jumping up and down in the line.
Class.
So great memories.
Great memories. Where to after Fermanagh?
I jumped into the ladies game again with Jerry Moan with Tyrone Ladies. Now, obviously, he was working the Tyrone Ladies and the Tyrone Minors at the same time. When Tyrone had the when it went down to under 17, it was with Collie Holmes.
Okay.
Collie Holmes, and we won the All Ireland on the 17 first time.
Brilliant.
But Darry Canavan was the star man back then. So it was juggling between it and the Tyrone ladies, and they won the All Ireland in 2018 as well. So I stayed with them up until 2021, I think it was, and I sort of said, look, I just need to take a wee break from it, get back to club. I was missing the club because it was always county, and I said, look, I need to get back to club here for a wee bit.
Yeah. I suppose obviously you've been involved with a couple of kind of clubs in Cavan here as well, and so it's getting the experience of that as well. The club, in fairness, like what I do kind of see and notice, even in kind of senior kind of clubs these days, you do need everyone rowing in behind the project. You need your SC coaches, your goalkeeping coaches, you need your trainers, your selectors, like, you know, and obviously the experience you've had in kind of Cavan clubs, did you enjoy that as well?
Yes, totally. I was with Lara, so it was when they won the intermediate with actually one of the goalkeepers with Cavan, Fergal O'Rourke.
Yeah,
would have been there. Yeah, absolutely. I think about come back to club level, you're dealing with a different sort of a goalkeeper where when you go to the county, you're dealing with a very, very elite goalkeeper. Where you come back to club, you do have a lot of work to do, which I find great because it's very challenging. And pushes me as a coach when I went back down to that. But when I was in Cavan with Lara, done a bit with Killygarry as well, a bit with your own club.
That's right.
So I did. I really enjoyed Cavan. Cavan, full of great people.
Yeah. I suppose kind of when you're like, we talk about maybe county preparation, and you know you're talking about Zoom calls, you're talking about normal calls, you're talking about everything. When it comes to maybe a club team, Liam, like, suppose how much time are we talking?
Well, take it for instance. Now I'm in with Trillick. I was with Trillick last year, and I'm back in again this year. With Jody Gormley and Peter McGinty. Absolutely. To be honest with you, the Trillick environment is nearly like a county environment. It's that professional. You know, they still do their analysis, say, on a Monday night after the game, and then obviously I've access to the games too, and then we do our walk-ons on a Wednesday, and you know, the next thing, bang, it's game on Friday. You know what I mean? Nothing really much changes nowadays. It's not too far off a county setup in any club that I usually visit.
Yeah. And do you maybe feel like, you know, club setups now, or maybe what county was potentially like maybe 10, 12 years ago at this stage?
Yeah. The club setups have come on so much, so professional. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though they're not professional, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, that is literally the way it's gone. I suppose, obviously, Liam, your own academy as well, obviously, it's going from strength to strength all the time. And obviously, you said to me last night that you put up a post about getting people involved, and if anyone needs a hand, and training evenings and bits and bobs. So no doubt your academy is flat to the mat also.
Yeah, well, obviously, it was quiet so far this start of the year because obviously involved with Cavan, once involved with the county setup, you know, that sort of stumps what it can do. But I set the academy up 2 years ago with the help of Precision. Great brand got behind me and pushed me on to do it. So basically what I do with that, instead of having a one set base, say in Omagh where I'm living, is I actually travel around Ireland with it, which is quite unique. Is that what I do is obviously because there's a lot of Precision ambassadors around the country, like even go down to Cork. But I'd say if I was going to Cork, I'll contact Chris Kelly, goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Is he available? If he's available, then we'll advertise the camp and we'll go down to, I think the last 2 times we went down, we're in Porky Keeve to do it.
Okay.
And then I think one of the days I actually went to Kerry after it, and we done one in Kerry. So I'm actually been around so many different counties with it, and it's great because it's good for me, but you know, it's good for the kids because unfortunately in the kids, especially in the goalkeeping end of things, a lot of them are not getting coached. And what I'd probably do at my academy, I'd say there's 30 keepers in my academy. I'll ask the question, hands up, who's getting any goalkeeping coaching? And out of that 30, at a push, you might get 5.
Jesus Christ.
You know, and you know, this is sort of happening in the likes of Kerry and Cork, and even if we do it in Dublin, it's the same sort of thing, you know.
But I think, like in fairness, I see a training like so much emphasis can be put on kickouts, and goalkeeping. It is. I think that figure is quite stark because I think really, goalkeeping has become such an important part of the game. Every club team, every county team focuses so much on kickouts. So we really do need to see that figure probably improving within clubs and within clubs really.
Oh, exactly, and that's my I've sort of set myself my goal, and is that I try and get around every county in Ireland. Yes, I haven't been around them all yet, but even to visit places like the Hurling stronghold of Kilkenny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even get to places like that, to do it. Is really what my goal is to get out and visit as many counties as I possibly can and help these kids be the keepers that they want to be.
Yeah. Yeah. No, exactly. And I suppose obviously your 4-day academy, that obviously we're really looking forward to that. That's going to be happening in the next while. And I suppose what happens at it, what can people expect to get at it?
Yeah, I sort of took this initiative last year and we run it last year. So yes, it's run over the 4 days. I think it's 3 hours coaching each of the days. And we involve inter-county goalkeepers attending also. They'll attend each day, and they're actually not just there to stand, and they actually take the sessions.
Okay.
Besides me taking it, they whether say Anna Carr from Armagh or say Liam Brady from Cavan who's coming this year, they will actually take part of the session. Okay. We also have an athletic development coach coming in.
Oh, nice one. Okay.
Who comes in and learns the goalkeepers how to stretch and actually how to warm up properly, and just basic movement skills to get them going. So probably day 1 and day 2 is working on their fundamentals of the goalkeeping, basically handling the footwork, learn them how to dive properly. Day 3 probably you'll be going to more a bit of communication, bit of high ball stuff, probably some game based scenarios, and then the day 4 is mostly based on our kicking technique, working on a short kick out, your medium, kicking it high, kicking it low, kicking it under pressure, all that sort of stuff. So it's all covered within the 4 days. Now it's for under 10s, under 18. So obviously we split the groups. They don't have an under 18 but an under 10. We split them, and it's obviously open to the boys and the girls. But so far so good. We have a great response to it this year, which is absolutely brilliant. And obviously the keepers attending this year and the ones last year, like this year, they're getting a free pair of gloves, kindly sponsored by Precision, and then the company Body Pro, who actually partnered with me, we're giving a training jersey to each keeper that comes also.
That's brilliant, Jen. That's obviously a great incentive for the young kids to kind of come along, and it is kind of so important. And I would be a lot of underage games and like watching, I suppose, keepers, and sometimes like, I would feel like obviously keepers do get lambasted, and even an underage game. So I suppose keeping their heads up, keeping them positive, Liam, that's probably a job in itself, because like it's again, as you did reference, like it is such an important part of the games these days. Keeping them on task and I suppose on focus throughout games and bits and bobs, and at these academies and sessions, like it is so important.
Oh, definitely. And the big thing there, John, what I was just thinking there was that, as I said, some of these goalkeepers aren't even getting coached, you know what I mean? And I go to maybe these places, a club or whatever it is, and they're in for the first session. Like even after one session, that keeper feels so important because he's getting his one-on-one attention. That's all it'll take for him to knuckle down and get focused on his game. There's nothing as bad as a keeper going down into the corner and kicking balls or whatever he's doing himself or she's doing himself or herself. It's just that maybe that one session just to get the confidence back up again. And it's unbelievable the change you will see in 45 minutes to an hour's work with a goalkeeper, the way the confidence just changes.
Yeah. I suppose when you have the likes of like Liam Brady and Chris Kelly and some of these guys doing these academies and like what you suppose, so when the kids come to these and when they sign up and go, what can they expect? So maybe suppose if you can maybe outline the day for them, say 9 till whatever time, what exactly happens on the day?
Yeah, well, say the Monday, the first day. Obviously we'll do our meet and greet and let the kids know what their schedule is for the full week. I think on the Monday this year, they're having the full schedule actually done out yet, but the way I'm just working at the minute there'll be athletic development for the first hour for all the keepers. And then myself and I think it's Anna Carr is in on the first day with me. And and then it's probably just getting working their feet properly, learn them how to move around the goals properly, getting a correct set position, the position they have to be in to do anything goalkeeping related, getting their hand position properly, and just getting them feeling good about the position that they're in, and you know, they're all, even though there's only tiny wee things that, you know, they'll go, oh geez, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Oh God, that's a great tip. You know, we get some nuggets of information like that. Is what helps them along. So look at that goes on to, it'll go on to about 1 o'clock. So
brilliant stuff. And I suppose when you're kind of involved with kind of county setups, and obviously as you're kind of saying, it's elite goalkeepers you're dealing with, and you know, the best of the best, the creme de la creme. I suppose, Liam, you know, the saying goes, every day is a school day. You're learning all the time, so of course you're learning from the best of the best also.
Yes, totally. But look, as you're saying, every day is a school day. There's not a session I go to, whether it's club or county, I have a wee black book in my van, and I'll always write down one wee thing that, that's a good wee tip. But you know, it could be something small, but it goes down into a wee book, and it goes, that's brilliant. And then I look at, it's not me getting in saying, look, I'm the coach, this is what you do and this is what I say. It's, as I said to you already, it's an open forum between me and any goalkeeper that I coach with. You know what I mean? We'll have an open discussion, and if there's walk-ons to be done, we'll work on it. You know what I mean? And yes, I listen to the keepers 100%. We'll get their feedback.
I suppose the keepers we're watching currently in the game at the minute, we're obviously looking at the likes of Stephen Cluxton, we're looking at Niall Morgan, we're looking at obviously Rory Beggan, your own kind of county men, and probably you just can be nothing but impressed by all three gentlemen. And there's probably more to, obviously former Cav goalkeeper Ray Gallagher, he was prepared for Cavan as well, but obviously these goalies have maybe transformed the game, and as I said, goalkeepers are so important. I suppose obviously them men, like, I suppose what goalkeepers would you be kind of watching closely, I suppose, to name a few?
My hero, Mr. Cluxton.
Yeah, I think everyone's hero at this stage,
Mr. Cluxton, and I'll tell you something that you probably don't know. I used to sponsor him. His goalkeeping gloves. I used to do a bit of work for Roosh.
Oh yeah.
And it was me got Stephen back on board. So I would have a relationship with him, as in we can text back and forth, etc. Okay. So Stephen would be my goalkeeping icon, always was. And then probably way back for your dad, if you'll ever remember, was Paddy Linden for Monaghan.
Paddy Linden. Oh, my uncle maybe. Yeah, we remember him. Yeah.
He would have been my idol growing up.
Okay.
But obviously Cluxton is my one at the minute. You know what I mean? And it's amazing how he continues to still do it.
Yeah, that age, 42 now, Liam, is he? I think.
Yeah, and he's not like the current breed of goalkeepers. Like he's not gonna, like, you know, age related, etc. But he was never one to run out the pitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think Stephen knows where his limits can go, if you know what I mean. Now I know he plays outfield for his club, but look, he doesn't really have to do it, you know.
He did against Mayo and Sunday. It's funny, a lot of people are saying, geez, he's going to get a nosebleed travelling out that far. What, Liam, like, this is, like, obviously this is probably a bit of a bugbear of mine, kind of watching games at times. I don't know what your thoughts on it are. And maybe, I don't know, do you have much of an influence on this on match day, or maybe it's probably Ray or some of the lads. But, you know, for goalkeepers coming out, Liam, like, what are your, I suppose, thoughts on going up to the 45? Like, I know a lot of it is risk reward, and look at Niall Morgan seems to have it completely down to a T. But, you know, like, when you're watching on the game, are you cringing, or are you like, geez, get back in your net, or what are you thinking?
It's probably a bit of both, John, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's different when I'm sitting at home watching the football and I'm watching Niall Morgan going up and down the pitch, and I'm going, that's absolutely beautiful to watch. You know what I mean? Because Niall plays full forward or midfield, whatever it is, for his club. Because he is a very talented footballer. So is who else did you mention there?
Rory Beggan? No.
Yeah, Rory, but Rory doesn't really play outfield for his club. But
Ray Gallagher, no.
Raymond, I think Raymond played a wee bit outfield too. I think he did, I'm not sure. But the way I sort of look at it, John, is that if these guys have the skills to do it and they're confident doing it, by all means. But I think they should get electrocuted when they get to the 45.
Yeah,
you know, that's you. That's as far as I'm happy as a coach watching you.
Yeah.
So, you know, because I always need somebody back at home. But look at Niall has brought this sort of technique to a different level at the minute. With his long range kick passing, especially, you know what I mean, that's a different skill level of his own.
Yeah, like he is so impressive at it. I can only just presume you've probably got eyes on the Donegal Derry game that time, and Donegal put 4 goals in behind him, and
Yeah.
I know, like we say with Oran Lynch there, and obviously with Mickey Hart at the helm there, and you're thinking yourself, like obviously Mickey's experience, and
Mhm.
I keep saying it to everyone that asks me about that game. I think maybe after the first goal, fair enough. Second, what's that saying? Fool me once, I'm the
Mhm.
fool. Fool me twice. It's. I just think after the second and third goal, stay on your line. Like, what are you kind
Mhm.
of doing? Like, it's just whatever the story for
Yeah,
Oran Lynch in that game.
I actually
Yeah, yeah.
sort of felt sorry for Orledge.
Okay.
Look, Owen's probably just doing what he was told to do. But I'm sort of a bit like yourself, is that it happened once. Why did it continue to happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But look at it. It's at the end of the day, Owen's probably just doing what he was tasked to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I suppose kind of what lies ahead for you, Liam, really going forward. Obviously, you did say your phone's kind of been bouncing since you kind of did put up that thing on social media. So
Yeah,
I suppose the sky really is the limit with this GA coaching, goalkeeping coaching.
it is. Yes, it's going very well. Yeah, I had it on that social media post. I do a lot of actually coach the coaches. A lot of clubs will contact me and come in, and I'll do a session with the juvenile keepers, and obviously the club coaches will watch me doing my session, and obviously they'll take it over after
Yeah.
that. And then I'm actually in Kilcar this Saturday to do
Okay.
it. And there's another few clubs on to me about going to do it. A lot of keepers on about one-on-one sessions. Um, and again, the club thing just took off again last night. Phone, like, there was again another club from Cavan ringing me last night. There's a club
We're
from
not
Leith.
all bad. I know we have a desperate reputation for being tied up here, Liam, but we're not all
No,
bad, are we?
no, you're not tight. You're not tight. You're not tight. Uh, and then back to Leitrim. I do a lot of work in Leitrim, you see. So
Leitrim as well.
I
Okay.
go back to another club in Leitrim that I've never been to.
Yeah.
So look at. I'd never know, John, from one week to the next
What's
where I'm
happening?
off to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Be contacted from numerous
Anyway.
people. You know what I mean? So
But how, like, I know we this conversation last night. How do you actually find a time, or how do you like, as I said to you last night, if we could all split ourselves in three and four, but like,
yeah.
how in the name of God do you fit all this in?
How do I fit it all in? Number one is by having a good wife.
That's a
Right?
fact.
Who
Yes. Yeah,
is,
yeah.
as you can see from behind me, she's a
Get
Tyrone
rid of
woman.
that. Get
She's a
rid of
Tyrone
that.
woman.
Who's that
So
signed by? Who's that signed by?
that's I actually got that jersey signed by the All Ireland team for her birthday.
Oh, 2021.
Yes,
Yeah.
so I got her that. I know I'm a Monaghan man, but look, it is what it is.
What's
But
that saying? You're a Monaghan man. What's that? Living in Tyrone or coaching
Monaghan
Tyrone?
man living in Tyrone, coaching Cavan.
What a
Yeah,
mix! What a
what a
mix!
mix!
What a
What a
mix!
mix! Where were we there? Sorry.
How'd you fit it all in?
How to fit it all? Yeah, yeah. My wife is absolutely football mad.
Okay.
We do have a wee foster daughter,
Oh, brilliant.
which that does add on its wee extra challenges. But look, at it's good communication between myself and my wife. I give her a good idea of, she's a nurse,
Okay.
so obviously she's busy too. But we're just lucky that we can get around it. We have a
Yeah.
good support network around us, of people, so that helps.
Mm.
But regardless, even without coaching 3 or 4 nights a week, we always make sure that we've at least 2 nights, at least at home for 2 nights during the week,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
we have our family time. And I just try and spend as much time now at home as I can.
Okay.
It's not easy to juggle it all, but I'm just lucky enough that I have the network behind me that allows me to do that.
Yeah. And so I suppose, like, what does your Monday to Sunday look like?
Whoa. It could chop and change, John. I actually do a bit of PE coaching around a couple of schools in Fermanagh.
Okay.
I'll give the company a wee plug that I coach for is AB coaching, Archie Beatty, Stevie Beatty.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Um, so I'm in 3 schools in Fermanagh. I do that on a Monday, Wednesday, and a Thursday.
Okay.
So we'll have 2 full days off at home. I actually do a bit of PTing as well. In
Mother of God.
the middle of all that.
Oh my
I'll
God.
do that,
Yeah.
and now I'm currently training to do a high rocks at the end of August at the
Okay.
right old age of 50. So
God
yeah,
Almighty.
keep myself busy.
Personal trainer, a goalkeeper coach, a PE teacher. My God.
Yeah.
So, is it a case of jack of all trades, master of all, or master of none, or what are we thinking?
Well, I'm still trying to work that one out. Still
You
trying
don't
to
know.
work that one out. But
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it no matter what I'm at, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. No, it's all good. It's all good. I suppose what kind of over the years, Liam, and obviously, that saying we could buy with a little help with your friends. So, what advice or tips and hints and tricks have you kind of got over the years from maybe fellow coaches, maybe goalkeepers, so on and so forth, that you maybe could share to the viewers in this?
Well, probably has your viewers will probably notice I'm a bit of a freak when it comes to the goalkeeping end of things.
Yeah,
But I would say to a lot of young goalkeepers when I do get chatting them, go when you go and watch a senior inter-county game, even stand behind the goals, watch the goalkeeper warming up, watch the goalkeeper during like in the first half, and the next half you have the other keeper coming up, and watch them in action, listen to them talking, watch them kicking out the ball, watch them moving around the goals. Look, even when I go to a game, that's what I do.
yeah,
That's what I do. And I'm wee black books back out again. I'm watching wee things, and I'm always picking wee bits and pieces up. Because I was over there in England. Was it last August with Scott Luke?
oh yeah,
He the Derby County goalkeeper. Precision
yes,
sponsor him too, so went over to his camp over in Derby,
hmm.
and I learned so much that week. What fill 10 of them wee black books. What I would have got off him, and he'd 8 other goalkeeping coaches in.
Okay,
So I got the chance to go around each goalkeeping coach and watch them in action. So I would have
okay,
took wee nuggets off each one of them.
yeah,
Yeah. So look at every day. Look, you can see it on the side of my arm here. It's
I learned,
my
yeah,
hashtag is always learning,
yeah.
and I will learn till the day I'm not here. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, and obviously we were kind of talking off air as well about the potential now of goal or of hurling goalkeeping coaching. So,
Mm-hmm.
and my God, like if there's something I do a lot of things in life, and I throw my hand at most stuff, but one
Yeah.
thing I'd probably never do would be a hurling goalkeeper. How to do it is beyond belief, but
Yeah.
this is something else you want to get involved in.
Well, it's something. I mean, I'm intrigued by John. I actually went up and watched Tom Hennessy. He was a goalkeeper for Limerick. He's actually the goalkeeping coach for Tyrone Seniors.
Okay.
I went up and watched him. I asked him could I go up and watch his session last year up in Gavahi, and my God, did it open my eyes. How these guys stand there and these balls been whipped at them. I have a video up on my TikTok of Tom in action, and it went mad. So it did.
Yeah.
People couldn't get over it. It's something I look at. I played hurling when I was a young fella, so it's something that's always been intrigued, and I've been chatting to David Hardy, the Kilkenny goalkeeper. I think he
Yeah.
was with Tipperary this year,
Okay.
and David sort of got me thinking, and I'm going right, David, and David has a hurling goalkeeping course that you can do with them.
Okay.
So I've enrolled myself onto that. Look, at God only knows where it takes me. Like the crossover isn't that much. But it's something I'm really intrigued in, and it's something I really want to learn to do. It's another
Yeah.
string in my bow.
Yeah.
If I can do both, brilliant. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, because obviously we're from an outsider looking in and watching games of hurling on TV, and obviously when you're up close and personal, it probably just seems so extreme. Like, but it just, I know everyone always says goalkeepers are a bit of a string or too loose, but like my God, hurling goalkeepers are just
Look,
to them.
I thought football goalkeepers were mad, but these hurling
Yeah,
guys, God, the way they can just stand up so brave and take that, and the thing that intrigued me when I was at that throne session was that one of the goalkeepers there was the previous Kilkenny #2 goalkeeper,
yeah,
and he put his hands on top of his shorts and he pulled out this ground thing.
yeah.
Ground protection.
Oh, you'd need it,
I
yeah.
never heard of this thing before, and he explained to me. He says, "Look, this is needed. This is
100%,
needed
yeah.
because I know so many people who have lost bits
I
and
will.
pieces because of not wearing them."
Yeah, I will believe it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So it's especially that. Like I think when they're training, they use sort of maybe a softer ball. You know what I mean?
yeah,
When they get the
yeah.
ball whacked at them, so they're not getting killed. You know what I
Mm,
mean? You couldn't
mm,
be getting faced with that thing flat
yeah,
out.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And this is something you really want to kind of pursue now. And like, in fairness, Liam, like you're not at much, so I think this is something else you should really get your hand.
That's it. That's it. Look at it. It's just my nature. I'm not one of these people who will sit and lay in front. at TV
The
and watch
couch.
Netflix. That's not me. That is
Yeah.
not me. I
Yeah.
get up and walk and go and do me wee bit of thinking of just what am I going to do next.
Yeah.
I could be thinking up a goalkeeping drills even when I'm out walking. You know, and it's
Yeah.
nearly 24/7. But
Yeah.
my head's always going, what can I do next? What's
Yeah.
what's going to better me? What's going to better my academy?
Yeah.
What's going to better the goalkeepers I'm working with?
Uh-huh.
And always just trying to think outside the box. That's to me is the big one.
Mm. Mm. I suppose, Liam, obviously, looking ahead, with Cavan this year, obviously you were in with the Cavan kind of seniors this year. So with the plan B, and obviously the uncertainty sometimes like, but with the plan B to be with Cavan again next year.
Oh, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. The plan would be to be with Cavan next year. Look at it's the same as any county setup. After a year, there's a review and etc. 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 So, but I would envisage that he'd be back with Cavan. If not, look at another. The one door might close, another one might open. But I truly believe I'll be back with Cavan next year.
Yeah, absolutely. And you kind of got obviously Ray's kind of first year management as well, after kind of playing for so long. I suppose, how impressed were you by Ray Galligan this year?
Brilliant. As I said, I knew Raymond Galligan, the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And then I had to get to know Raymond Galligan, the manager, and I was very, very impressed with even his first year, his managerial skills, the way he can speak to people, the way his encouragement, like his knowledge of the game is vast, absolutely brilliant. And then he's a great backroom team around him. Stevie O'Neill, my God,
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah. No.
I know Stevie well from the Throw Masters and stuff, but
Yeah.
we never walked under Stevie, and watching him walk, and James Bork,
Yeah.
previously the Mayo player, Eamon Murray, the Meath ladies manager, is in
Yeah.
there. It's top class from top to bottom. It's a great setup.
Yeah. No, because they're obviously it definitely didn't leave no stones unturned with the backer team. Make no doubt about it, Liam. So it's obviously last few, Liam. So it's obviously any kind of goalkeeping, any goalkeepers even watching on, goalkeeping coaches or anyone kind of watching on in that kind of line of work, Liam. What advice, kind of tips and hints, kind of would you give them if they're interested in getting involved in what you're doing now?
In a coaching journey.
Yeah.
Shadow someone. Go and shadow a goalkeeping coach. Now I know there's not too many GAA goalkeeping coaches about. Yes, there's some about. If there's one near you, get in contact with them. Ask them, can you shadow them? If anyone wants to contact me, come and watch me in action. Feel free. But that was the big thing. Go and watch someone in action. Unfortunately, there's no GAA qualification for a goalkeeping coach, which is very unfortunate. I think few people did try to get it off the ground, but the powers to be didn't push it. I think the ladies are trying to do something. But if there's nothing there for the GAA, go down the soccer route and just get yourself upskilled into the knowledge of that. Actually, if you see any mistakes, that you're able to fix them. That's the big thing. And totally just getting your coaching way across. We all coach differently. I mean, there's no manual saying you coach like this. We all coach differently. So that's what I definitely would be, to shadow someone is a big thing. But said, look, I'm free to, if someone wants to do that journey and wants to shadow me, or I can put them in contact with another goalkeeping coach, there's no issues.
I suppose kind of the one thing you probably would like to see change is Connecticut GAA coaching courses being made available, because surely is a need for them within this country.
Yeah, but I think the GAA is missing a trick here. It's like, I don't have to sell the position to any young person anymore.
Yeah.
Years ago you had to sell the position and people didn't want to do it. Nowadays, you mentioned you do goals, bang in the ring. It seems the coaching part, I think the GAA should really invest in it, get the right people behind it to get the program made out and roll it out. Because I think Gary Matthews runs something like that maybe in Dublin, and his numbers on it are great. So I think people should, if you have a recognised qualification behind you, I think it's very, very good.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Liam, I suppose last thing, your academy that's coming on ahead, the 4-day academy, I suppose, how can people get in touch with you about becoming involved, I suppose, and I suppose a few details on it again before we wrap up?
Yeah, I'm all over social media. You can find me on TikTok at 50 years of age. So Probably the most active would be Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. It's the dead duck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't really like it anymore.
Yeah.
Failing that, I think you'll see my WhatsApp button on my Facebook page. You can send me a direct message. Or you can contact my website is GAA, and there's a wee form on it there. You can send it in and ask any questions you want. But I'm an open book to anyone that is interested in anything goalkeeping.
Brilliant stuff. And I suppose the 4-day academy, how can people get involved, and where is it, and who's supposed to take part? Yeah, no bother.
I'm running it in Oma St Enda's. They have St Patrick's Park in Oma. Great facilities, 2 pitches on it. Great facility. And again, the booking details are on the website. I think you can put a small deposit on, and then you can pay the rest on the day, so it's not all out in the one day, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
But yeah, the numbers are very good at the minute.
Brilliant stuff. Well, Liam Swift, well-renowned GAA goalkeeper coach, thanks so much for joining me this week. And of course, the podcast brought to you by orgoretch.com. Use the code podcast to get 15% off on the website. Coming into the trick and take control to the Championship Total Cup. Get yourself organised on orgoretch.com. Liam Swift, thank you very, very much, and very, very best luck with your future.
Thank you very much, Sean. It's been a pleasure chatting to you. Thank you.